Howdy howdy, this is Crafty Grinding back again with an arena cutoff video for Marvel Contest of Champions. Today I cover round 1 results for the Punisher 2099 and Domino arenas, then jump into some round 2 predictions. So first the results. So for the 5-star feature Punisher, we're looking at a 30 million cutoff. This seems to be the new kind of regular, if you will, for the 5-star feature old champs. And then in the 4-star feature arena, the cutoff for Punisher 2099 was 5.6 million. Again, it seems like we're getting the old feature champ numbers are kind of trending up a little bit as well, similar to the 5-star feature. And then lastly with Domino, she came in at 4.23 million. So this is the highest cutoff we've seen now for a high interest 4-star basic champ in some time. I think if I recall correctly, this was probably the highest we've seen since Blade, which now he went much higher at 5 million. But we've had a good run of 4-star basic champs come through: Corvus Glaive, Infinity War Iron Man, Infinity War Captain America, and those numbers were kind of in that 3.5 to 4 million. This is the first time we've really gone over 4 million. And if you watch my first round video, you know I did actually mention, even though the trend is showing 3.5 to 4 million, eventually we'll probably get the number to get over 4 million, just because a lot of the community has that we've all recognized that trend too, so everybody was trying to push it closer and closer to make sure they got the champ. In this case, we had enough folks push over 4 million to really move that cutoff up to that point. Hopefully it can regulate back down. The lower these numbers are, the better it is for the community, but you know, at the end of the day, it really wasn't unexpected. I actually mentioned it in the round 1 video. I did set my prediction lower, but I knew it would be just a matter of time before we had enough folks push the higher end of that 4 million range to actually get the cut over to 4 million. Well, here you go. We got it actually with Domino, 4.23 million. Speaking of my predictions, was real close in most cases. I think the farthest one I was off really was this Punisher 2099 5-star feature. I set it at 26 million, so not really in that 5 to 10% range, more in that 15% to 20% range. So yeah, that's off what I try to get. I try to be 5 to 10. Now with the 4-star feature Punisher, couldn't be any more right. I mean, that was exactly the cutoff. So yeah, that was a good number. And then with Domino, it's right at that 10% range, just a little bit over. And because it was actually under, I'm going to go ahead and say that's not the kind of prediction. If it was right around 10% but higher, I'd be cool with that, because you know, at the end of the day, that means you actually got the champ if you went just strictly off the cutoff numbers. But you know, that's why I always provide those grind targets too, which typically go off where I think the cutoffs are going to land, just to make sure you give yourself some cushion. So hopefully folks gave themselves plenty of cushion who were going after Domino, because kind of like I was talking in the first video, it was just a matter of time before the community pushed these numbers over, and that seems to be the case here with Domino. So what does this all mean for round 2? Let's jump into some trend analysis quickly, starting with the 5-star feature arena with the last couple old champs coming through. You can see that whether it was 29, 31, or 20 or 27 million in the first round, the second round all ended around 29 to 28.5 million. So that seems to be kind of the sweet spot for the last 3 old feature champs in the 5-star feature arena. So that's probably where it's going to be, at least a rough, you know, idea where it's going to be in round 2 this time for Punisher 2099. Now, when it comes to the 4-star feature arena, kind of as I mentioned, going through the results, the numbers have been steadily increasing slightly. So you can see with Agent Venom, went from 4.6 to 5.4, so a steady increase in the second round. But then with Carnage, there was a decent jump for the first round cutoff, but then again 2 in the second round there was a higher cutoff. And then lastly with Drax, and he's been in the game for some time, and probably not, you know, he hasn't gotten any buff recently compared to Carnage, and he still went higher than Carnage. He went at 5.6 in the first round, and then again had that second round bump. So I think the constant theme we're seeing here is there's that second round bump and the steadily increasing numbers for these 4-star feature champs, old champs that is. Now when it comes to the 4-star basic arena for high interest champs, like I said, we've had some great champs come through here of late: Corvus, Captain America, Infinity War, Iron Man, Infinity War, etc. You can see round 1 is the higher, round 2 it drops. That's even the case with Iron Man and Infinity War, who went to 3.9s, and I think again there's that trend where people were starting to realize that 3.4 to 4 million for high interest champs, and people were already pushing with Iron Man and Infinity War on the higher end, getting close to 4. That should have probably been the indicator that that was going to happen in Domino, but regardless, for any of these, there's typically a slight drop off between round 1 and round 2, and you know, that's a pretty consistent trend we've seen over the last handful of high interest champs in the 4-star basic arena, so we should kind of expect that really for round 2. And then when it comes to the 3-star feature, it's pretty consistent. Round 1 is higher, round 1 is lower, but then round 2 it jumps. But we're talking small potatoes here compared to these other arenas, since we're in the tens of thousands and not hundreds of thousands or millions kind of deal. So you can expect a tens of thousands kind of jump, 10 to 20,000 jump between round 1 and round 2. So concerning all these trends, here are my predictions for round 2, starting with the 5-star feature Punisher 2099. I think we're going to be looking at that, you know, sweet spot number that we've seen of late, somewhere between 29 and 28.5 million. So we'll just round it up and say 29 million for the cutoff. And again, these numbers are for the veterans bracket, meaning your account's been open for over 61 days. I think when you look at the 4-star feature Punisher 2099, you're looking at that 6 million number. I think with Domino, it's going to still go, we're going to have a drop. You know, it was close, you know, it's between 4.2, 4.3 million round 1. So I think it's going to be somewhere between 4 million and 4.1 million. So we'll just round it up a little bit and say 4.1 million for my cutoff. And again, I try to get within 5 to 10% with these actual cutoff numbers. And then for the 3-star feature Punisher, I think you're looking around 660,000. And again, these numbers are all for the veterans bracket. So now that these are where I think the cutoffs will be, you know, within 5 or 10%, here's my thoughts on actual grind targets, you know, numbers to, you know, if you really want to make sure you get the champ. 31 million should do it for the 4-star or 5-star feature Punisher, whereas 6.2 should do it for the 4-star feature. If you really want to make sure you don't miss out on Domino, go above that last round cutoff, go to 4.3. You know, you've seen for the last handful of champs, it's actually dropped. Because the community pushed this number up, I think the trend might be off a little bit, where enough people probably missed in round 1, they're going to push it up again in round 2. So that's why I think it's actually going to, you know, if you want to make sure you don't miss out on her, go to 4.3 million. And lastly, for the 3-star feature Punisher, go to 700,000. And again, these are my grind targets and predictions for the veterans bracket. When it comes to the earlier brackets, these are just really rough numbers based off of anecdotal information from the community from time to time, plus my own personal experience over all the different accounts that I've tried from time to time, whether it's my free-to-play account or my main accounts, or main account, I should say. But anyway, with the beginner's bracket for the 3-star feature Punisher, you're looking around 225 to 245, 245,000. For the 4-star basic Domino, you're probably looking for 1.1, 1.2 million. For the 4-star feature Punisher, you're looking at 1 million as well. For the intermediate bracket, you're looking for the 3-star feature right around 500 to 525,000. 4-star basic Domino, 1.4-ish number, 1.3, kind of in that range. And then lastly, for the 4-star feature Punisher 2099, you're looking right around 1 million, maybe 900,000 to 1 million, kind of in that range. And again, these are really rough numbers. There's no trends to, you know, past results or do any trend analysis again, so kind of keep that in mind. I just get information from time to time from different folks in the community who drop it in the comment section of my videos, so I kind of take that into account when coming up with these. But there's not enough really to do any kind of, the sample size is too small, if you will, when trying to do trend analysis, so keep that in mind for sure. So anyway, these are my thoughts for round 2 of the Punisher 2099 and Domino arenas. Would love to hear your thoughts. Throw it on down in the comment section if you have any questions. So I'm down there as well, and happy to discuss them there. If you like this video, we really appreciate you clicking that thumbs up button. If you like this and other videos I have on the channel, would really appreciate you to subscribe. Thanks a lot for stopping by, and have a great day.